back up.
Alright, we're good. Just starting game 4 again.
I think your mic just cut out. Freeze went
Freeze, what in the corner?
Oh, there you
go. Sorry. Ball bounces here. Poseidon looking to sneak it in there, and it just misses Freeze there, though. Still nothing on the shot. Will. It's into the midfield. Bounces towards the H20 net, and Gavin scored, and we'll have a really well beat.
Yeah, they got to keep this up. The first goal is usually the most important to set the tone to the game, so might be seeing AA winning this one.
Yeah, definitely. 4:26 left in game 4. High tide. Freeze will drive right over. Poseidon. We'll put the shot on it. Dragon. Just swap. Freeze will put it into the AA zone. Ball 50 away up in the corner rolling in now.
High Tide's going to try to send this one away. The gap puts it into his corner, so High Tide's going to get it. Oh, Poseidon, a little bit of miscommunication there. Freeze going to take it out of his corner. And then Gat's going to send a pass towards his side of the field. Will was not there for it. Yanks, you still here? I think we lost Yanks, boys. Dragon's gonna try to take this off his side. I don't know what's happening with Yanks. Gad's going up for a shot. He's gonna pass it to Will. Will's going up. Hits the backboard and see if Dragon can finish this. Oh, he got a very soft touch on that one. High Tide taking a shot, stopped by Gat. Gat's going to push it onto their side of the field, try to fake out Freeze. Didn't get it, so Poseidon's going to go up and shoot it over Dragon Balls. And Will stops it. High Tide waiting for something. Freeze sends it up, High Tide's jumping up, but Gat's going to get in the way. Will is sending it down towards H2O's half. High Tide's there to stop it, but he didn't need to. Dragon sending it back down. Freeze stopping Dragon's approach. Freeze sending it over to AA side, but Will's going to be there to stop it. Yanks, come back! Yanks! But Gatman is just playing this ball. He's going to push it down towards H2O's half. They're all falling back, but High Tide's going to steal it from Gat. Dragon is here to stop that. Dragon's gonna try to push it, but Poseidon's gonna beat him. Let's see if he can get past Gat. Ooh, that was almost an own goal by Gat. So Will's gonna push it down the field. He's gonna push it off the wall. Let's see if Gat can do something with it, but he went a little too far. And Dragon's gonna take it back down to H2O's half. He's gonna try to get a pinch, but it went in the wrong way. High Tide taking it off the ceiling, but Will's there to stop it. Will going into the corner. He's going to try to set up a pass for Gatman, but kind of faked out the pass. Seemed like he faked out Gatman a little bit. Dragons tried to do something on the wall, but didn't go in his favor, so they're going to push it back down to AA side. This is cleared to H2O side. That could have been a goal, but no one was up there to conceal it. Freeze taking it down to AA side, but it's going to be cleared by Gatman. Gatman's there for the shot. Will's going to try to keep the pressure on this, but he's out of boost, so he's not going to be able to. Gatman going up the wall. He gets cleared out by, I didn't see who that was. High Tide's going up. He whiffs. Now that's a triple commit on this ball. If they can hit it back down the field, it'll be open net. Gatman missing that. That was a big whiff. See if Dragon can clear it back down. He gets the touch he doesn't want, but he gets it over. Two defenders. Will going up, taking the shot a little wide, but Freeze would have been there to get it anyways. Poseidon shooting it down to AA side. That's up. Freeze and Poseidon high tide. That's a triple commit. Let's see if Drag pushes it down. See if Gat can put it away. Gat sends it over to Dragon. Oh, this is gonna be close. Nope, Poseidon pushes it away. So now Freeze, that's a triple commit from AA. Will goes up and stops Freeze's shot. High tide sending it back down to AA side. But Gatman's not having it. But Freeze gets a big backboard. Let's see if they can capitalize. That's shot towards Dragon. Dragon puts it away. That was a close one. So I think we lost Yanks permanently. He's not in the game and he's not in the Discord. If someone could come save me, that'd be awesome. Like Dog or someone. Definitely seeing Aerial Ace's defense picking up with 5 saves on their side and only 1 save on H20's side. Far less shots, but the defense is really what's playing this game, as you can see from H20 shots compared to AA shots.
Hello, I heard he needs some help.
Hello, Dog. Thank you for coming. I don't know what happened to Yanks.
Where's in the car? But I am in here and ready to continue on.
All right, what do you think about this series so far? Have you been watching?
It's been a little bit of an upset, although we have, to be fair, H2 is a very good team, so it's not an upset as some other games have been. But A, that's part of reverse sweep if they're gonna come out with this one, and they're gonna start almost immediately with Will just missing a shot there. It's Poseidon. It's 2 minutes, there we go.
Oh, it looks like we got
Will's
Doc
going to
in.
clear one off his own back ball, pass it down towards Dragon Balls, who's not going to go for it. Will's going to go for this one. Almost beats high side to that, gets going to drop down Gatman. He's going to try and centre it as well. Possibly look for Will in the middle. Isn't able to get past Poseidon. Poseidon's going to have enough time in the corner to get this one out of his corner, but not much further, as Freeze makes a good save. Will's going to go for a shot here. He's beat his challenge early by high side. High side makes a bit of a strange clearance on goal there as it goes back, as it's still in the H2 half here. Quite a big spell of pressure going on as we've got Poseidon trying to clear it out, but he's beaten out by Will immediately, and Will's going to almost go for a shot there. Hits the bar, Gatman's going to finish up 1-0 to Aerial Aces inside the first minute.
That was a nice shot from Gatman. It just opened up real quick, and it's like I've been telling Yanks all night. This is going to be a battle of the defense. All these players are more than capable of putting shots in this battle of the defense.
Howdy, hey, can I top in?
Sure, Doc. It's all you.
Alright, sorry. Hate to hijack you there, Dog. I just figured I'd hop in there. That was a great patient shot by Gat over there, though. Speaking of patience, though, Free's going to play the slow clear over the side of field, beat out by Gat, though. Gat's bounce is going to go right off the ceiling over to Will. Will make a light touch, leaving it over to Gat. Gat's going to pass it back over to the right side of the field. No teammate waiting for him, then going to go for a 50-50, setting it over to High Tide. High Tide doesn't have actually enough boost to go for a clear, leaving Will to put a shot on net, leaving quite a boomer, but Poseidon will be able to make the save. Dragon's going to whip the touch on the wall. Poseidon's now going to flip 2 players in Aerial Aces and get a dunk on the third, but it is cleared away towards High Tide. Great backflip from Gatman, though. Off the 50-50 pass from Will, that's 2-0 Aerial Aces.
Yeah, they caught him out. They caught him out deep, and he's gonna do it.
That's a great heads-up play coming out from Gatman.
It's almost like High Tide didn't know Gatman was there, wasn't expecting to just steal it away from his roof.
And it could have been a boost problem too, because he definitely wasn't playing quick there. Playing quick though is Will taking the ball off the wall. Freeze with a perhaps missed touch, actually lines him up for a 2-tab clear off the wall. Dragon Ball's going to go in, sending that into the half of AA though. Goes for another touch, beat out by Poseidon. Poseidon's now going to go get dunked on by Gatman though. Will's rotating in onto offense, excuse me. Now going to put a shot towards net, beat out on a 50-50 by Freeze, leaving High Tide with control of the ball over to the right side of the field. Freeze is going to have to turn, actually a little dead space there, leaving Gatman to put a shot off the backboard. Poseidon's going to have to make a difficult clear right over to Gatman though. Gatman over to Will. Will's going to take the shot, beat out Poseidon on the 50-50. Will's got another goal, 3-0 aerial ace.
Yeah, definitely catching them out on defense again. That's all it is.
They're popping off. I think that they're starting to turn on the offense, and I mean, I watched earlier in the series, but there was no offense really starting for them, but now that they're kind of getting that started, they're finally able to get some points on the board, and it's paying off quite well. Side with a great tap over to High Tide on the wall, though. High Tide's going to try to dribble Gatman. Does manage to do so over to Freeze. Freeze is going to light tap off the wall, cleared away by Will, though. Will can be rotating after onto offense now. 50-50, Will and High Tide win out by Poseidon, though, clearing it over to Gatman. Gatman's going to have to make a difficult stop on the ball. Freeze now has possession over the right side, goes for 50-50. Will with a wall pinch clear, leaving Gatman to make a difficult touch. Doesn't manage to make it, leaving Dragon Balls now on defense. Dragon Balls will have control of the ball, though, taking it up the right side of the field, going over to Poseidon. Poseidon's going to beat him on the wall, though. That was a very difficult angle. Great awareness by Poseidon to be able to stop him on that 50-50. High Tide and Freeze going for a shot. Team play. Cleared out by Will, though. Will doesn't have a ton of boost, leaving Poseidon to make a difficult touch off the wall. He does manage to do that, though. Boomer coming in from Dragon Balls. Another save from Poseidon, earning him a Savior Medal with 1:49 left in this match. Will's going to clear that out of his half, though, moving the aerial aces onto offense. Dog, how do you feel about the offense of your team in this postseason specifically?
Again, it's all been down to, in this series, this is their first playoff series so far, because they got a first round bye, so you may not be aware. And it's, both teams' offense have been great, it's just, as Rick alluded to earlier, can the other team defend it? And so far in this game, H2 haven't been able to defend it.
Yeah, AA definitely is picking up the pace on offense. It's really quick. Not the same pace in the first game.
I think that's made the difference for them so far.
Yeah.
Like just the pace, H2 haven't been able to handle it.
Yeah, it's catching them out, and they're just sitting there.
Yeah. Titan going for a wall touch over to High Tide. High Tide's going to take control, leaving Will to make a difficult touch over to teammate Gatman. Gat's going to whiff on the ball, though, leaving Will to pop it up. That might have been a pass over to the H2O squad, though. So H2O squad decided with a great double touch off. What even just happened? Was it a ground pinch?
I think it bounced and he got it.
Double
Or
touch from the ground.
It was. Great heads-up play by Poseidon. That mechanical skill coming out. You've seen that all season from him. And that might have been a little lapse of defense coming out from AA.
Yeah.
Poseidon with a great goal.
Definitely.
How do you guys feel about the MVP candidates that are on both of these teams, Gat, Will, and Poseidon throughout the season? Obviously, Will was the winner of our MVP Season 3 award. Congrats to him. But how do you feel performance-wise they all did?
Yeah, their performance is as expected, high-octane offense, but really, in my opinion, the stars are whoever's saving more of these shots than the other team.
Yeah, speaking of saving shots, Will... Oh, you go, Doug.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Freeze has been up there for the MVP contention as well, but unsung hero. I think Freeze has been another major player for H2O this season, and along with Poseidon has gotten to where they are now.
Yeah. Aerial Aces are going to take that game off of H2O, putting it to a 3-2 series scoreline going into Game 6 here. How do you see the rest of this going, boys? Do you see the reverse sweep?
I could see it happening, but then again, it's just one game that they just have to catch AA off out of these two games, and that's all it takes. But we'll see if AA can keep up what they're doing, then they got it.
And Aerial Aces has really been turning on the offense the past couple games. Hopefully they can keep that up going into the next game here, Game 6. Love getting more than Game 5.
Yeah.
In that game, we had 11 shots by Aerial's ball compared to H2O's 2, and that just shows the swing and the momentum that's happening so far in this series.
They're definitely stepping up.
Yeah, the Aerial Ace has been stepping up, and I think one thing is that this season they haven't had to really step up because they've been the top bar. So for H2O to come out and win those first games gives the Aerial Aces a real chip on their shoulders to show what they're worth, though. Speaking of showing what they're worth, High Tide putting a goal in 3 seconds into the match. Siding with a great kickoff, kills it for his teammate. Beat out, I think Gat overcommitted on that. Not quite sure what happened there. A great heads-up play from the H2O squad, putting them up 1-0. That is the important goal.
Yeah, that first goal is the most important.
Where it's impossible for Will to save as well. Really well played shot on High Tide there.
Will and Freeze going up for an aerial 50. Will get the win, but right over to High Tide as that ball is sent. Going for an interesting little center play on the wall. doesn't work out for him. Gatman's now going to be left with the ball in possession. Dragon going for a light tap, does get it over one player of H2O, but High Tide will clear it away. Odd bounce off the wall leaves Will running back on the defense, over to take the shot from High Tide. He will manage to do so. Gatman's going to have control of the ball, sending it real quick play there over to Poseidon. Poseidon will clear it out though. Great save from Poseidon. He's been popping off defensively this series. Great offensive play from Gatman. Heads up back pass over to Will. Will's going to send that into the corner. That's a goal for the Aerial Aces. Resetting that score line as if it's a 0-0 with 4.5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Cyrus was stuck in the mud, almost.
Yeah, I think it was a great heads up backflip from Gat, not quite giving up on that play, and that backflip 50-50 there shows that, you know, following through and not giving up on your plays is very effective. High Tide with a whiff though on the ball, leaving Gat to make a shot. Actually a slow roller though, doesn't quite end up being on net. Freeze and High Tide now on the wall to make the defensive clear. Won't actually manage to do much though. Poseidon's gonna have to make a difficult save, jumping over Dragon Balls, who went for a demo. Good heads up offensive play. I think that the Aerial Aces, especially in this last couple, 3 games have been playing really, really physical, so to speak. You know, going for those bumps, going for those more physical play, and it has been paying off as we've been seeing. Great
just
physical
right
play. Yeah, Catman on great bump onto Poseidon. Interesting pitch clear from like 3 members of both AA and H2O there, leaving Freeze and Poseidon to actually go for a double commit clear there. Beat out by Will, Poseidon on the ball though. Will's going to be racing back on the defense. Crossbar down, leaving Gat to make it clear. Does manage to do so. Dragon Ball's going to be rotating out. Beat out on the 50-50. Bouncing towards mid is the ball though. Will be able to make the clear downfield over to Poseidon. Poseidon's going to go for this. Looks like an air drag clear actually. They got to be able to stop Poseidon on these. This whole season he's been going for these little subtle drag plays. Like right now, going for a great flick on net. Great demo by Dragon onto Will though. Again, that physical play really destroying the rotation of H2O and slowing down their gameplay.
Yeah, they just gotta try to pick up their offense at this point and try to outbeat AA. They only got 1 more game, and the pressure probably getting to them.
Definitely, and especially after, you know, that defensive lap. So great pitch clear though. About to, I like watched them jump towards it. I think are they doing it? And they did it. Oh, great touch by High Tide though, sending the ball away. Gat's going for a crazy double touch. Another shot sent away by High Tide. The defense of H2O has been turned on this game as the offense has been turned off. But speaking of the defense, is that a misplay by Freeze?
Yeah, I think it caught Freeze out. It went right over his head.
Yeah, Poseidon with the backflip, and Freeze was not ready for that. Gat, great heads-up play to be able to turn that back on. And right into the defense. There's nothing they could have done about that. I think just missed.
Since when it was Freeze, everyone to expect a whiff from Poseidon of all people.
Yeah, uncharacteristic whiff from Poseidon there. We usually see him making those backflip clears, and really every touch Poseidon goes for is usually well done. Speaking of a well done touch, though, great bump.
Answering.
That bump from who was that? Was that High Tide? I want to see who made that bump. Poseidon with a great touch. It was High Tide bumping Dragon out of the play.
Yeah.
Ends up playing all 3 members of H2O involved on that, putting it back to 2-2. 2.5 minutes left.
It's definitely a good game. H2O just wants to end it here.
And they better get on that and end it here because they only have 2.5 minutes to do so. Hopefully, Aerial Aces can get something started just as we hope that H2O can really pull out this big upset. What kind of an upset? Like, what does this mean for H2O? How devastating of a loss would this be for H2O, especially since they've been bringing it so close? Rivals AA have been pushing for this undefeated season their whole time, and so far they're 18-0. They're doing perfect.
Yeah, it has to be hard. It's definitely like our Newton's Law game versus CO2. We were up 3 games and we could not pull the last game together, and we ended up losing. It was devastating.
Definitely. Reverse sweeps always have to be, and this would be such a huge win for H2O, especially going into this season as the 2 seed in the Elite Division, but kind of underestimated, I'd say, compared to this Titan team that is AA.
Yeah, all you hear about is AA.
H2O, the unsung heroes of the Elite Division. Will they be crowned champions tonight? I don't know. We're pretty close here. I feel like the series is kind of rounded off into being a more evenly set series. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, hopefully we can go into Game 7. This would make it very interesting. Whoever can handle the pressure better.
Definitely, and Aerial Aces haven't been dealing with the playoff pressure this season as of late because they did get that first round bye. Very important, especially to them for not having to play that game, but also it's important for H2O. I think they got a lot of momentum off that sweep of the left. Or was it a sweep? Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
but
it's a 3-game with H2O.
After that sweep of the leftovers. So great play by them. Hopefully they can keep that momentum going into this Elite Division Championship game. Will going for a clear over to Poseidon though. He'll send that away. Dragon mistouch right back to Poseidon.
It's a
Poseidon
double
with a great dunk. Yeah. I was watching those double commits, especially from H2O recently. This series, what I've seen is that when they don't do well, it is because of Will.
yeah, it happens to both teams because in the first the two matches, AA was double commit never ball, and H2O was definitely capitalizing on them. So
Speaking of double commits, though, H2O better tighten up that rotation right now because the aerial aces are on offense. Great touch coming out from Will. Will bounce off the wall. We're going to overtime in Game 6. Aerial ace is trying to make this comeback. It would be a reverse sweep.
yeah, drying your hands right now at this point.
Yeah, do you see it happening, dog?
It's definitely possible. I mean, this next goal decides it. At least just for H2O anyway, if it goes in their favour.
Definitely.
But if A can pull this out, you've got to think they're favourites for the reverse sweep because they're going to have the momentum in their favour at that point, and that's a very important factor.
Poseidon going for a 50-50 on the wall. Will, uncharacteristic whiff. Gonna leave it for Gatman going up the wall. Has a lot of boost. Gets a great flick over to Will. Will's gonna be beat out by Freeze though. Gatman will be there to respond though. Almost a double commit from Poseidon and High Tide there. Dragon Ball's gonna be clearing this out. High Tide is ready for it on the back wall though. H2O squad's playing fast. That was almost the best shot of the entire season. That would have been the most amazing thing.
This might end right here. Oh.
Gatman, great flick over to Dragon. Dragon's gonna have a soft touch over to High Tide. Dragon and, Will and Gatman, excuse me, going for a 50-50 there. Both of them double commit over to the Dragon. Will. I can't even talk. I'm stressed out right now.
This is crazy. This is
almost goals.
this is good. This is what we were
Definitely.
expecting.
50-50 from Dragon and Will. Will over to Gat. Gat's going to send that over to the middle of the field, though. High Tide going for a clear. Leaves it for his teammate Poseidon, actually. Great bump. Gat onto High Tide. High Tide's going to have to rotate back on the defense. Poseidon right over to Will, though. Will's going to beat him out on the ball. Will's got control of the ball, actually dropping, leaving for Gatman. Both of them in the same spot. This could be rotationally an error. Great bump coming out from Gatman, though, stopping up the offensive pressure of H2O right where it stands.
Gat's up.
Great
That's it.
redirect.
Nice shot by Will.
Play from Will and Gatman. Holy cow.
This is what we were expecting. They're
That
turning
felt
on a
like
little late.
30-minute overtime. That felt so, like, there were so many close shots there from H2O, and they could have put it on, but it was not enough.
You're going to be finding that highlight. You're going to be finding that goal in the highlight reel somewhere, I can guarantee it.
Yeah, that was definitely big for them. So now we're going into game 7. Or 8. Game 8, actually. Or 7.
It's 7. I don't
The best of
think
7.
we play 8-game
But
series. I mean,
yeah.
that'd be cool. But, holy cow, guys. I didn't think it'd go this far. Especially with H2O's beginning performance.
As I was saying in the minor league series between CO2 and Newton's Law, had it been a best of 5, Newton's Law would have taken it hands down, but a best of 7 is a completely different ballgame.
Yeah.
Definitely an endurance game, especially going into these playoffs. You'd think that H2O would really have that endurance down after playing the leftovers.
Yeah,
But as we're seeing here,
They just
all
gotta
of-
try to forget the games and bring it like
Yeah.
how they brought it in the beginning.
you know, 10 to 0-0, play the game they always have. Right on to defense. Excuse me, sorry, for the tick. Right on to defense is H2O though. Poseidon uncharacteristic whiff, leaving the ball to High Tide. High Tide's gonna have to beat out Will on the wall. He does manage to do so. That leaves Gat to make a shot though. Great boomer, right side of the net. Freeze is gonna have to make that save. Does not manage to do so. 1-0 H2O. Only 17 seconds, or 1-0 AA, excuse me, 18 seconds into this match.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think at this point, enough about AA, what do you think at this point is going through the minds of H2O? They've lost 3 games on the trot, and it's that 15 seconds, they're down 1-0 in the 4th. What do you think?
They gotta
right now?
treat it just like Rick said. They gotta treat it like it's a new game because it is. You know, momentum has kind of not been going their way in the last 10-15 minutes of gameplay. Great dunk from the side. Sorry, get cut off by that great dunk. They just gotta treat it like it's the new game that it is, and really try to reset, and especially in that little break we had in between matches, really figure out what they can do to shut down the AA team right now. Because AA turned something on and it is working. Speaking of
There you
turning
go,
something
reset.
on, Poseidon with a great 50-50 off a pass from High Tide in the air. That'll be a goal for H2O. 1-0 scoreline. That is a lovely pass.
That should take some weight off their shoulders of resetting the scoreboard this early, not letting it get too deep.
Definitely. And that was such a lovely pass. Great heads up by High Tide there. That was such a lovely bounce. I don't know how intentional that was, but plays like that will keep H2O in this series and in contention for this Elite Division championship. Dragon's going to send that over to the side. Poseidon's going to get it clear over to the right side of the field. Double commit from Will and Gat. Actually, Gat will hesitate there, allowing for a decent touch. Poseidon's going to beat out Dragon on the wall, and Will's going to make it difficult. I get so mad at Will for going up for that, because I don't feel like there's anything he can do there. Great 50 from Poseidon, great goal, heads-up play from High Tide. I just don't know if that was the smartest choice for Will.
He could have maybe caught it, but I don't know. It was kind of sketchy.
He didn't really have the boost for it. He could have. I mean, obviously that's a really difficult to avoid situation there on defense.
Yeah. Maybe he thought like it was already going in.
Definitely. Oh, missed touch from High Tide. Batman's gonna get a goal. We're back to 2-2. As one team goes and pops off on offense, a defensive mistake from both sides.
I wonder what High Tide was thinking Dragon was gonna do.
I think High Tide was almost expecting Dragon to hit that, and then Gatman bumped Dragon out of the way, and it just confused High Tide to the point where he own-goaled it.
Yeah.
Calculated tactical team bumps coming out from AA, those next-gen strats. Let's the series here, I don't know. They've been winning series all season long. Let's see if they can do it one last time.
He read that he was reading Dragon.
Who's reading who at this point? You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody knows, but all that matters at this point is it's 2-2 with 3.5 minutes left in Game 7 of this potential reverse sweep for Real Aces.
Were you guys expecting a Game 7, or were you expecting a total blowout, or what?
I was honestly expecting 4-2, 4-3, or not 4, no, like 4-2 or 4-1. I thought Aerial Aces would away with this, and they have been recently.
Yeah.
I personally would be very surprised if this went to anything less than a Game 6.
Yeah.
Both these teams have got some extremely good players on their team.
You gotta hope for the high scoring, high octane games that we've been getting, and especially the high intensity. High intensity, we got the tied game with 2:40 left. Poseidon and High Tide, excuse me, both whiffing on that ball, leaving Will in the corner. Will's gonna have an option to pass, goes for the shot actually. Great demo from High Tide on Gatman though, shutting down the offensive AA where it stands. Leaving Poseidon to make a flick clear.
Ooh, that was beautiful.
It does demo Dragon. Will's gonna be cycling right back up onto offense though. Missed touches perhaps, leaving the ball to Gatman. Gatman's going to take control though, sending it right back over to Will. Beat out by Dragon, High Tide will clear it over to Poseidon. Poseidon's going to slow play this. Actually, great dodge from Poseidon onto Gatman. Gatman going for the demo there, which is a great heads-up play, but even better heads-up play by Poseidon to really stop that where it stands.
No.
High Tide's going to have to rotate fast, so doesn't
Open go.
An own goal from Poseidon.
I think
demo Dragon and hit that in.
You think he did, or I think he demoed Dragon and it caught out High Tide on the hit.
I think High Tide could have had it. No, I think
he was expecting to get hit harder, and that's what he tried to play. But it ended up just rolling on the same ball.
Lack of communication or just an error there from High Tide. But that puts AA at 3-2 scoreline with 2 minutes left in this match. Will they run away with this? Will's going to put a shot on net over to Gatman. High Tide will make a difficult save, does manage to do so though. Poseidon now rotating up onto offense, has the boost, goes for a flick. Great touch. Past all three members of...
saved by Will.
Yeah, saved by Will, but past all three members. That triple commit is not faring well for the Aerial Aces. Poseidon's going to clear that over. I think it might have been over to High Tide, but a difficult touch.
Oh, that was almost nice. That was almost good.
The best play. Oh my gosh, so many almost plays here coming out from both squads actually. Great clear from Poseidon though. Boomer downfield, bouncing back towards him. Gonna bounce it off the ceiling. Going up is High Tide. Actually get the backflip on that. Don't really know what that was. Gat's gonna now send that towards the net.
Oh, that was open.
Miscommunication.
What just happened?
I think they called each other off of it and neither of them went for it.
4-2 Aerial Aces. Freeze subbing up on the wall. High Tide easily could have got that. I think Freeze thought he might have been able to get to it, and he did not. 1 minute left. There's 2 goals to score. Will H2O come back from this?
We'll see right here. They got to play a high octane.
Those 2 goals that Aerial Aces have over
That's it.
H2O.
That needs to go in. Oh, that needs to go in.
Yeah, they need to put those in. They can't. They don't got much time left.
Those 2 goals Aerial Aces scored were definitely avoidable from H2O. They've put themselves in this situation in this Game 7.
Great touch from High Tide. Also, or Poseidon actually over to High Tide. Free's gonna go for a touch, bouncing right onto the ball. High Tide's gonna have to rotate around, cleared away by Gatman. Offense from H2O needs to start now.
There's another air
Great
drib.
air drag from Gatman over to Will. Will's gonna take that shot on
Will's
the
going
net.
to drop one on his wheels. High
High
Tide
Tide
saves it.
it's a difficult save though.
Everyone's getting very excited over here in the commentary booth.
19 seconds. 19 seconds left. There's got to be something right now. Freeze with a great touch, gonna bounce off the ceiling. Actually cleared away by Will. Poseidon was ready for it. High Tide's now gonna go for 50. We can decide to make the shot. Side ends that wide shot coming out from Freeze. Clear that over. They got it for a goal. That is
One. And this
That
is
is
that's
game.
GG.
AA is your winners.
Aerial Aces, your Elite Division champions for Season 3 Major League RLPC play. They just reverse swept H2O.
That was intense. That was what we were expecting. I wasn't expecting A to be so lacking in the beginning, but it's definitely good games. Definitely good games.
What could H2O have done there? I'm mind boggled. I didn't think.
I think they're, I don't know, it's maybe they're getting too excited on defense, didn't want to make a mistake, forcing them to make mistakes, overthinking plays and calling each other off, and it was a lot. There's a lot to it.
My mind is blown.
That was definitely worth it.
Holy cow.
That has to be the best series we've had on
That's the best series.
RLPC possibly to date.
Yeah, reverse sweep. Is that the first reverse sweep, or
The first reverse sweep that I've ever seen. Definitely the first reverse sweep in best of 7.
yeah? I mean, they had that comfort
Especially
zone.
playing for a divisional playoff.
I don't know.
Oh my word.
I don't know what to say. I definitely check out the Discord chat and we'll see what everyone thinks about that. That was some of the best Rocket League I've seen in a little bit.
We were the number 2 chat. We're the number 2 channel on Twitch, everybody.
And for good reason.
That was
a
good.
great
I mean,
series.
beautiful. All right, guys. I think we're gonna call it on that. Thank you guys for stepping in for Yanks. It was very appreciated. Doc and Dog. All right, you guys have a good night.